Welcome to Style with Trish. I'm your host, Trish Standley. And guess what, guys? We got him here in the studio. We have today none other than designer Gege Gilzene joining us. Stay tuned.
Every day a woman reigns. It's time to live your dreams. Nothing's gonna stop you now. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Every day a woman reigns. Every day a woman reigns.
Welcome to Style with Trish. As promised before our short little break, we have the Mr. in the house, none other than Gege Gilzene. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
We last talked, so I'm not going to get into like how you got started in the industry. We've already done that.
Right.
I'm glad you came into the studio so I could see your face
Thank you
and
for
love
having
on
me.
you. But what are you working on currently now? Can you share not anything that you're going to show today,
Right.
but any pieces or special pieces that you're working on currently?
So I have decided to branch out into the bridal industry, which is a
Really?
$13.6 billion industry. It's far less complicated, and my focus is mainly on brides, not bridal parties.
Okay.
Though I am flexible enough to include them in the process, but it's not my focus.
Okay.
And the main reason for that is I think the authenticity of why I'm a part of somebody's wedding is lost, because a lot of these bridesmaids have their own agenda. So oftentimes I get the, I don't like this, I don't want this, not understanding that when you said, hey, I want to be, or I agree to be a part of your bridal party, you're signing up for what's being asked of you.
Right.
And I don't think they get that. And for me, indecisiveness is something that will just make me break out in hives. I don't have the patience. And at this level of my career, it's not something that I want to invest in.
Right.
So when I have the consultation with the brides and we get into what she's looking for, what she's asking for, it's more of me going out and executing that with the idea in the back of my mind that I'm about to deal with some different characters, different behaviors, different mentality. And I sometimes have to stop and explain to them, do you understand what you signed up for? So regardless of your body type, or I'm about to lose weight, which most times they don't, because most people don't understand the difference between losing weight and losing inches. You can lose weight and still be the same inch. And you can lose inches and not necessarily be the same weight.
Okay.
Weight gain. So for women, it's more common than men. Men, when we lose weight, and we're not concerned about inches.
Right.
Women, on the other hand, somehow have to be concerned about inches. Because when you lose weight, like I had one specific client who said, hey, I know I lost about 10 pounds, but that's equal to like 2 inches, if that much. And I learned this because of the hydrocolonic industry. Just because you've, done a hydrocolonic and you've lost 7 pounds of defecation, that doesn't mean that you lost 7 inches.
Okay.
It just means you lost 7 pounds of, waste.
Okay.
So it's understanding that, and I didn't think I had to educate myself on that. I didn't think I had to educate myself on teaching women how to wear a proper undergarment. So all of this is really a part of the bridal industry because everybody wants to be snatched and look good for their day. And some people will even blame you for they will blame you for ruining their day because they didn't get like the look that they expected. So now I have to have a conversation with them about their expectations that they don't communicate typically when they say, hey, I want you to wear my wedding dress. So it's a bit of, granted, I have a master's in psychology, counseling psychology. So that helps with understanding behaviors. I didn't think that I had to bring it into the picture though.
Oh, yes. When you mentioned bride.
It's a lot. I've had only one bridezilla in the years that I've been doing it. But it's an interesting industry. But that for me is one part of it. The other part is expanding my range with women's wear. I paused for a moment because I wanted to say church wear, but I'm not really a church wear designer.
Right.
My aesthetic gravitates towards churchwear because of how it looks. But my intent is more of helping women understand that you can be feminine.
Yes.
You can be sexy and you don't have to show titties. You don't have to show your behind. and it's still attractive to men. Men are still looking, going, wow, that's what's up. So for me, it's just changing the dynamics of that with colors, different kinds of fabric, quality fabric, like I was telling you before.
Yeah.
Because I really believe that if you're making the investment to go custom, make the most of it.
Right. Why not?
Well, that's what I ask. But it's all about, you know, like teaching people the importance of like investing in your look. It goes a long way. It goes more further than you believe it, to be honest with you. Like getting up and taking a shower and putting on a new dress makes you feel so amazing.
It does. It really does.
And the same thing for guys. You know, getting a haircut, taking a nice shower, putting on something fresh and so clean, and stepping out, whole different vibe.
Okay, you had mentioned earlier about the importance of us women knowing and learning about undergarments. Expound on that.
So for me, I really didn't think that as a man, I had to teach women how to wear undergarment as an accessory and a part of looking good and feeling amazing. I remember specifically taking this young lady because she was like, it's expensive. And I'm thinking, I'm not understanding that statement. Right. Because you have places that you can buy undergarment that's inexpensive and produces the same outcome. So Steinmart, when it was open.
Oh, I remember. I love Steinmart.
I took her to Steinmart and I bought, not me, but she bought a pair of Spanx and then she bought a pair of bra. When she tried on the bra strap was so loose, her titties was down farther than it needed to be. I adjusted just one side just to show her the difference. Okay. And she was like, I didn't know you could do that.
Oh my goodness.
So
that's different.
I was like, please don't say that.
But we can't discount that people would just automatically know. I knew because my mother taught me, but everybody...
I have to say I can. Because people focus on this whole self-love topic externally. They really don't look at it from an internal process that produces external results. And so having to walk a woman through how to wear a bra properly, it's an accessory, just like a pair of drawers. It's an accessory. It is a necessity because you have breasts.
It is, yeah.
So how you wear them is important. Older woman, more seasoned, she came to the studio and I said, Mom, you know, I need to measure your bust and your waist. I said, do you have a bra? And she says, yes. I said, but your bust is not in the right place. She said, well, what is that? So I said, your titties. I said, I need you to pick them up. So she picked them up and put them up here. And I said, that's where they should be. Right. Right? And she's like, I don't like it. It's not uncomfortable. Which told me, having had this conversation with multiple women, that women don't understand it's not about comfort. Yeah. It's about the desired outcome of what you want, not me. So having to teach them that. Then it went to one young lady borrowed underwear from her grandmother because she's never worn a pair of girdle. She doesn't know what a spank looked like. She wears sports bra. I think she was like 18, 19. Okay. And for me, that's very like shocking. Cause to me, it's like, so you have these things and you don't know what to do with them. So you just don't be like, I'm good. I don't get that. Yeah. So having to walk her through that process and helping her understand this is not for us. This is for you. It helps to, mold the structure of your body. Yes. Because the breast is a tissue. It is a muscle. If you let it hang, it will do just that. And if you don't train it, it will do exactly what you allow it to do. That's right. So having to deal with that was very interesting to me. Which leads me to this other subject matter. I used to ask clients who were remote to send me pictures. I wanted a side picture and a frontal just to see the body build. Okay. And I got some really weird pictures. I had to stop that, period. I was like, I'm good. This is it. Let's cross that off the list of requirements. Yeah. So it's really, designing, teaching women and men about their bodies, and and how to embrace that, how to work it. Because fashion is an illusion, believe it or not.
Yes, it is.
It's not what people think it is. And I can back that up because what's the purpose of snatching your waist or wearing waist trainers? Is to have a silhouette.
Right.
Without that, then what are you going to do? And with all the magic pieces that we have out here sucking up stuff and cinching stuff these days, what if we didn't have those?
Right.
Like, I'm still trying to have somebody explain to me, how does black make you look thinner when you weren't thin before you got into the black? I'm just saying, how does that work for me? That's the question of the day for me as a designer. Because you was, no disrespect, but you was a plus size before you got into black. What changed?
Right.
It's an illusion. So it's really understanding your body and appreciating your body. And when it comes to wearing custom wear, it's about allowing somebody to make something that suits you from your personality to your body type, and just flow with it. Because it's not that we know what's best for you. We just know what the look's going to look like.
Right.
So if you give us that opportunity, we'll nail it. And I always do. The people that I get into issues with are the people that try to be designers.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the outcome is like, it's not what I expected. That's not my problem. This is your design.
So how do you, if they're in another city, how do you recommend, recommend that they go to have a professional get their measurements? Like I used to go into the
dry cleaners.
I didn't think about that. I would go to the fabric store and would have them do my measurements. Is that how you have your clients do it?
So I get that question a lot. Sometimes sarcastically, I want to answer it, but I don't. But I typically refer them to either a dry cleaners. There's always an alteration store in the dry cleaning.
Okay.
I provide them with the measurement diagram.
Okay.
And I can also walk you through it. It's really easy. It's not that difficult.
Okay.
All you got to do is follow the rules. You put on proper underwear, which you would wear to a special event. Get a tape measure. The body parts are very simple. Nothing difficult. And then they send them to me.
Okay.
99% of the times it's accurate. It's to the T.
That's cool. Well, we're going to take a really quick break. Guys, we're going to take a really quick break. We will be back. We have some treats lined up for you, so stay tuned.
Hi guys, it's Dr. Cassandra Parks Evans, affectionately known as Dr. San, and this is your segment of Let's Learn Love. Hi guys, it's Dr. San with your Let's Learn Love segment today, and we're talking about love of self. And when we talk about our love of self, that means setting goals. Setting goals are very important because that allows you to grow and to become what you want to become. So when setting goals, there's a couple of things that you need to know. One, what is your absolute target? What do you want to achieve? And what is it that you want? So when you do that, setting goals becomes easy. Make sure that you learn and you get what you need to do to get your goals met. If you have any questions or need any help getting those goals met, comment below or follow me on social media and maybe we can get them together. So this has been Dr. Sam with the Let's Learn Love segment for today. Until I see you next time.
Welcome to Trish's Treasures. This is where I share some of my favorite beloved products that I use on myself with you. One of the things that is most meaningful and really helps me and keeps me motivated is aromatherapy. And I have a candle for you. If you noticed when you watch Style with Trish, we are constantly having candles burning on set. I am an avid candle and burner and you name it, aromatherapy throughout my house because it really helps me to relax. It gives me a sense of self and keeps me grounded, and if you will. And so we are offering multi-scents, multi-aroma candles just for you. All you have to do is check us out at trishstandley.com. You will love this product. It is a Trish treasure. Hey guys, this is Trish Standley. Catch up on season 1 of Style with Trish by going to trishstandley.com. If you are not able to catch the show on YouTube, make sure you go to my website, trishstandley.com, and check out our podcast. This is a place where the everyday woman reigns. trishstandley.com. Welcome back to Style with Trish. I'm still hanging here with designer Gege Gilzene, and as you can see, these beautiful pieces. You got to break it. I don't even want to say nothing. Break it down. Let's start here. Let's just start here.
Well, for this particular piece, this is a brocade jacquard mix and blend of fabric. And for me, the original silhouette did not have some of the details that you currently see. Okay. I changed it up, and that's what designing is all about. But I was telling you before in our previous conversation that this particular silhouette started probably about 6 years ago for me. Okay. Just the design elements of it, the peplum made into the jacket. And sometimes this is a dress, but the reality of it is this time it's just a two-piece. Okay. But typically it's a dress for me. Okay. So there's a waistband. Everything is lined to hold the acetate. Typically this kind of fabric, the jacquard brocade, is used for like jackets. But I wanted to do something different with it and kind of incorporate it into something more of a silhouette of a brocade, jacquard jacket for like the winter. Winter's coming up. So the fabric has multiple sides to it, which is what I love, because to me it's more for your money. So on one side you see the original or the right side of the fabric, actually no distinction there. But on the left side there's a distinction because it has a bit of a silver pop. And I struggle with this because it's kind of a Lucky Charm type of dress, if you say so. And then just kind of added the black for accent. Not only there, but also put another panel in the back that gives it more accent for the black situation. And then just to bring in the silvers, just pop. Yeah. That's very simple.
Now, on the back, I don't want to.
You're good. You're good.
I noticed the stitching here. What is the purpose of that?
1930s and 1960s were all about proper fitting. Okay. So these darts were used to accentuate your shoulder without shoulder pads. Oh. That's what they're for. Okay. Right? And it's the same thing with the silhouette and the breast. Typically, you don't have a breast line contour that comes from the armpit. You have it that comes over the bust line into the shoulder, into the curvature of the waistline. The 1930s and 1960s, all of that changed. But I like the vintage patterns. I like that because it still accentuates a woman. And the like sewing, using it is way easier than the princess cut bust line. It's way easier because it comes from the armpit, still accentuates the bust line, gives you waistline and curvature, and then of course your accent.
That's your shape right there. You just gave him a shape.
Right. And a lot of people nowadays, they're very self-conscious about their midsection, so this helps to conceal, give the illusion of the actual cinched waistline, but it also accentuates your hip without making you look so hip, because even though a lot of women are like, oh, I want the BBL, but they still don't like their hips being accentuated when they wear what they wear. Right. I get the whole I don't want to look bigger thing. Again, don't know what that's all about because this ain't gonna help or take away or add. Right. It is what it is. Right. So that's that. But this piece to me,
I personally like to hide mine up under here. So I love peplum. Anything I can get peplum, I
signature.
go for.
And then I added, like, you see the piping on the edge, the binding on the edge. So it kind of gives it accent.
It's so many dimensions. This is definitely a conversation piece.
Extremely. It's definitely what you call a statement piece, for sure.
So classy. So now let's move on to this beauty.
She is something I did as a sample, actually. I spent a lot of money on quality fabric. That's important to me, for the main purpose that if I'm paying for custom, I want quality. Right. So I offer the same idea to my clientele. But with this particular fabric, I stoned it just to highlight just the details of the rose, the butterflies, the petals, and the bottom half of it. It's really all lace. It's called a blowout lace with an unfinished topping of the organza fabric. And then I didn't line it on purpose. I used it for photo shoots. I didn't line it on purpose. And then I just wanted to do the one sleeve with the over-the-top shawl collar that accentuates it to the side. Nothing dramatic. And then the drama really is on the train in the bottom part. So it's something that I enjoy doing, honestly. And I've had this fabric for probably like 4 years.
And you mentioned earlier that you prepare the outfit before the event. Share that with our listeners.
So for me, you don't shop for an event. You dress for an event.
Got you.
So typically what you're looking for that event is already in your closet. It should be in your closet.
Okay.
Then you don't have to worry about finding something to wear to go to the event because it's already in your closet. So when people, like in the beginning stage, the infantile stage, I'll get, oh, I like it, I'm going to buy it, but I don't know where I'm going to wear it to. And my rebuttal will be, I promise you the event is on its way. And it's you got somewhere to go. Everybody got somewhere to go. But if you invest in it before versus investing it when you know the event is coming up in 2 weeks, trying to pressure me into getting it done in 2 weeks, yeah, you might get your money back yesterday. So it's a no for me right there.
So these designs are, you designed this suit for someone in specifically?
Yep.
Okay.
Everything is designed for somebody specific.
Okay.
If you know your audience enough as a designer, then everything you're designing is always for somebody in that category of somebody.
Gotcha.
So for me, when I did that piece, I already know that the plus size girls were going to come, average body build. But body build these days are not what it used to be back in the days. Back in the days, you had a silhouette and it was just like, bam, we're good. Now you got big chest, waist, no hip. So you got to build in a body into it. Or you got hip, no top, small waist. Or you got too much waist. And so the breast, the waistline is all one, and then you have hips. So custom accommodates that, believe it or not. It's just you having to deal with the psychology of the customer and helping them be confident enough to allow you to design specifically for their body and be okay with it.
Now, for this particular dress, what type of event would you, and I'm asking this question because some people, I run into people who will look at certain pieces and like, I wouldn't know where to wear that to. I like it, I love it, but I don't know where I would wear it to.
So the cross connect with this is from a wedding to a gala to an evening after 5 event. You can do whatever you want with it. That has anything that has to do with formal, you can do this. The original thought when I created this was from a wedding with a detachable train. And I did a photo shoot with it, and it was better than I expected, to be honest with you. And in fact, it took up traction.
Oh,
because
really?
people were like, I want to wear that to my wedding, or it'd be a reception piece. So
that's a good
there's
idea.
so many different aspects to this, and it's helping you understand that clothing is not one-dimensional. It's just how you pair it with what you're wearing that makes it look different. And people, men do it all the time. Same suit, different tie, different shirt, and all of a sudden, that's hot.
A whole new look,
So it's the same thing with women. It's just understanding the dynamics of what you're wearing enough. A lot of women do it. I have a lot of women that buy one piece, multiple events. And they tell me all the time, this worked for my dad, whatever. It's an investment, but it's understanding yourself enough to be able to work it.
And you were sharing earlier that what you started doing on social media is pairing the pieces with hats and kind of expound on that as well.
So a lot of people, when they see outfits, they don't know how to wear the outfit and what to wear it with. So I took it up on myself to start pairing the outfit with shoes, hats, because I do have a large audience that I cater to in the religious community. So they're hats and shoes, and sometimes they ask me if I sell those items, which I don't. My go-to is Philip Tracy, which a typical fascinator from him is like $1,500 and up. Christian Louboutins, which are $25 and up, depending on the style and or flavor you're looking for. And I find them all on Pinterest.
Oh, okay.
So I just pair them up just to give you an idea of what it could look like, how you put it together. Because believe it or not, I've had some people to wear pieces of mine and I'm like, traumatized. Don't send that to me. Okay. And then they tag me and I have to untag myself because I don't want to have that conversation.
But these pieces, this is just my humble opinion. You don't really have to do a whole lot of like extra stuff because
I get that a lot. They say your pieces come ready. Like we don't have to do too much. The problem we're having is how do you do less, make it cohesive with this, and still look elegant. And I just my rebuttal is always keep it simple. That's something for me that I use in my design aesthetic as well, because it can be overwhelming. Go back to simple and start from there.
All right, thank you for coming in the studio and joining me. It's been fun. If only they could hear what was behind the scenes. Guys, we'll be right back.
Hey everybody, I'm Stephen Gibbs, owner and operator of Gibbs Enterprise. We do home improvement, home repairs, deck rebuilding, deck construction, plumbing, and carpentry. You need it, we can do it, just give us a call. Interior painting, exterior painting, pressure washing, drywall repair. You need it, we can do it. Demo work, you need it, we got it. Call us up at 770-713-2059. We do great work for great prices.
Hey guys, this is Trish Standley. Catch up on season 1 of Style with Trish by going to trishstanley.com. If you are not able to catch the show on YouTube, make sure you go to my website, trishstanley.com, and check out our podcast. This is the place where the everyday woman reigns. trishstanley.com. Thank you for joining our show today. We had so much fun with Gege. One of the things that I loved that he shared with us was the importance of getting proper undergarment. That's a topic that we've spoke on this show before. And so he was able to really bring it in and drive the importance of having the proper attire under your clothing. And so we have to remember to do that, ladies. Make sure, and if you don't know how, go to a lingerie store or somewhere and get yourself measured. Whatever you need to do to get extra aid in that particular area, it is so worth it. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. And remember that love isn't love unless you give it away.